I just missed the worst of it, but by the time I grabbed the camera... Oh! Good example. There's stuff flying around furiously. Things were literally just flying through the air. The wind picked up violently. Why does it not show on camera? Those trees are whipping in the wind. Can you see the leaves? The wind just picked up violently and fiercely, and I was running around. There was stuff blowing across the yard, stuff beating on the house. By the time I grabbed the camera, the worst of it was gone. And we've got severe winds. They're saying 60-mile-an-hour winds are going to be blowing out here. Can you see that? They're talking about 60-mile-an-hour winds. I am actually quite scared. The house is not shaking. The house is very stable and solid on its foundation, or on its whatever, wheels and trailer and jacks. But look at the trees blowing. It's furious out there. It's terrifying. They're talking about downed trees, power outages, and branches and stuff blowing around. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera as much as I can see. I was just running around. Things were flying across the yard. By the time I got back in and grabbed the camera, the rain had started and the wind had calmed down some. It's still gusting powerfully, but it's pretty scary. So this is the tail end of the hurricane. Yesterday it rained all day and I never touched the camera. It was pitch black in and out, and it was just hurricane weather. So I just, I don't even remember what I did yesterday. I did some video work and hung out inside because it was just hurricane rain. Just heavy pouring rain all day. So I didn't touch the camera once yesterday. But anyway, I'm working on the video right now, and I was just about to head out and do some work when this came up. Oh, now it's calming down. Hopefully it'll clear up and I'll be able to get out there and finish my rainwater collection system. Hi everybody. What a turnaround. This is the weirdest thing. Look at that. Pure bright blue sunny skies and 63 degrees. It is a beautiful 65 degrees. Beautiful day in the tiny house on wheels in the off-grid homestead. I have been working on the computer, working on videos right now. Actually, I'm planning my first flush diverter system. So let me take you over there and explain. I have read the comments, and it caused me to change some, well, to really get into thinking and looking into stuff. So hold on a minute. Okay, this is from my Arizona education website, and it's a PDF that I downloaded. So I want to thank you guys for making me think about this, because this first one is the actual type of first flush system I was looking at. This first image here, which I can't highlight or move or anything. Anyway, this first image here is the one I was considering, but because it has fewer parts. But the thing is, I was going to put it here where it says bad location. A lot of the first flush diverters in the origins, back when I first started studying about this stuff, showed it here. So your downspout would come out, the first flush diverter is here, and then it goes into your cistern. This is a bad location. So I'm happy you guys got me thinking, because here, this is the first flush chamber without a ball, with the fewer moving parts or anything, just a plain chamber. The downspout comes in, there's an elbow, and then there's the first flush diverter, and then the water flows off. And what this will do is it prevents the, when you have it straight down, the gravity forces the water in with high pressure, causes a churning action, and pulls the filth right back out. That's not good at all. In this case now, it's going to splash against here and then run through. The first flush, it's all going to fall into the diversion chamber, and once that fills up, it's going to be relatively stable, and all the sediments will fall down to the bottom, and the water just passes right across the top, right on out into your cistern. Now, the first flush that most of you guys are referring to is the type of system with a ball in the chamber. So the water comes from the downspout, flushes into your first flush diverter until it fills up to a certain point. The ball closes off the system and then seals off the water from rising any higher, and your water goes to your cistern. So there's different types. Now, I've also been studying the amount of water that you should discard, and this very same sheet also covers. General rule of thumb for the discard quantity is 5 to 10 gallons per 1,000 square feet of roof or smaller. So, since my roof is a quarter of that size, I figured on building about a 2-gallon diverter, which is just about right for the size of my roof and the size of my system. Now, there are other sites that tell you to have much more. I've seen sites that suggest as much as 50 to 100 gallons in the first flush diverter. Well, that would be almost the entire rainstorm each day. If you had a 50 or 100 gallon first flush diverter on a 240 square foot roof, you probably are never going to see any rainwater harvesting unless there is a hurricane overhead. So this is a very good guide here. There are professional first flush diverters that are only like a quart or so, or even 2 quarts of capacity, which is honestly ridiculous. So beware, people. Do your research before you buy a commercial first flush diverter, and do your research before you make one, because depending on the size of your roof and the type of first flush diverter you're going to use or make, it can change a lot. So for now, I'm going to do this type right here, right, with no moving parts, just a gravity feed system, and it's going to work for me for now, especially with my smaller roof. Later on, I want to develop one of these here, but that's a future project that I'm working on. I'm trying to find the parts for that, and I will be showing you all. Why? Because I do experiments and projects in off-grid living, and I like to show you variety, and I will do some long-term results with this and long-term results with this. Actually, I may go with this one on the house and this one on the porch roof and see which system is cleaner and which performs better. Have 2 completely separate systems. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share with you. I have been listening to comments, and I am studying the first flush diverter and have it finalized which one I'm going with. It's a beautiful day out there, but I am inside because I don't know if you can see on the ground. It is like a war zone out there, and you're dodging these incoming rockets. Every time I go out, I get pelted in the head or the shoulders with acorns, and they're coming down with a fury right now. It is terrible, so I'm hoping this wind dies down really quick so I can go out and get some work done today. I'm sorry about being a wimp today, but I don't have a hard hat. I guess I could use it wouldn't protect my shoulders either. I'm getting welted pretty good by these things. They are coming down hard, so I'm inside for a while. Okay, it looks like the worst of the bombing is over, and I can come back out in safety. Now, before you criticize me for wanting to come out or not wanting to come out here and work under this bombardment, let's see you work under an oak tree, and then we'll talk. This was horrible. I was getting pelted and bruised and welted all over. And when one of these comes in your head, it can knock you out if it comes from the top of the tree. The ground is littered with acorns. Look at this. This is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna rake these up later. Tomorrow I'll come back. Today I gotta use some of the daylight I got left. Tomorrow I'll come back here and rake these up and keep them. This is good food, free food, falling from the sky. So now I'm gonna come out and start working on the water system again. Hope my camera doesn't crash. Another reason I haven't recorded anything today. I'm trying to take the lid off one of these so I can do a water test, a leak test. Then I'm going to have these nice big air bladders. I can make a raft. Maybe I can put them on the tiny house on wheels for the next big flood. These are big and take up half the tank, I think. They go all the way to the bottom. Yeah, look at that. So most of that tank was filled with an air bladder, see? So this is I think this is like a 60, 80 gallon tank. Because that's all air bladder. And I see that, I see why this one failed. This tank failed because of a leak in the air bladder itself. So this tank is probably perfectly good. the air bladder itself was taking on water. So that's probably a good one for me. Probably a good tank. Now that I've got the lid off, I'm gonna... Oh, the tank itself is dry. Okay. I'm gonna put some water in here. I'm gonna put a fitting on the bottom with a nipple and a cap, all right? I want to put it up on the porch and put water in it and see if it holds water. If it doesn't leak, it's my next rainwater collection tank. They're massive, unruly tanks. If that holds water, then this will be the next one in the line. All right, now we do a leak test. I don't care if the pipe I just put in leaks or not. I want to know if the tank itself is going to be leaking on the fitting on the bottom. So let me get some water and pour it in there. This bucket was just standing upright, not under anything, just standing up. It's got well, up above my knuckles, full of rainwater. It rained a lot up till this morning. That's just pure rainwater that bucket collected sitting upright. Anyway, let me go get some clean water because that's got dirt in it. Now, as I'm working over on the plumbing over here to expand my rainwater collections to accept the big tanks instead of the little ones, I'll let that do a drip test. If it doesn't drip out of the tank fittings itself while I'm doing the rest of the plumbing, then we are good to go and that tank is going into the system. Oh, can't space them like that. They're not the same size in all directions. Okay, now to move everything over some, because this is coming over here. The tall tank is going over here, and then I want to empty this tank when I'm done manipulating things. Should be good. Okay. Still okay. Okay, good. Now I can put the tall tank here when it passes the pressure test, and then finish my rainwater collection system, which by the way got blown to pieces by the wind. It was just sitting all day temporary anyway. I got to put all the parts together properly, well, this is pretty much where the tanks are going to sit, right there, and then it'll come out across the back wall of the room and then over, if I have to, into an L shape. So that's where they're going to go. So I'm going to run the downspout over to the tall tank. Okay, the tank is not leaking. I still have water in it. But I want to put it over here in place so I can line up my water system. Yeah, see, that's important to get the height on that. Is that all in the camera? Yeah, it's important to get the height. So this is where my rainwater is going to enter the line here, the system. So that definitely affects everything here. And that will connect onto here. Let me see. Oh, they're going to go sideways to each other with an elbow, right? Those will be centered. That'll go there, that'll go there. Got to put some boards on here. I'm going to have to space the blocks, that's right. I'll have to space the blocks out some for this to fit properly. Okay? But for now, I've got an idea how the system's going to work. I'm going to put boards on the blocks before I start filling these up with rainwater. And then I'm going to replace this tank with one of these when I find one that works. I just hope the wind doesn't come gusting through and blow that over on me while I'm working. Because I need to get this level, and until I have water in it, it's fragile. I mean, it's not, it's top heavy. Well, it's not top heavy. What am I trying to say? It's a huge wind sail, and it can be easily blown over. So now, I'm going to be off camera a minute. I've got to work on these, the rain gutter sizes and stuff, so that's going to be boring for you. So I'll be back when I start working on finalizing the downspouts. Some of you may remember Frost King last fall sent me a downspout screen, which I'm now going to put in. I'm going to clean the leaves out of the gutter and put this into the downspout to keep leaves and debris out. I also have some other things that they sent me. I forgot what it's called, gutter guards, to keep the leaves out of the gutter itself. But I'm going to install this upstairs up the ladder right now so that I can start working on the rainwater collection system. There's a down guard. What's that? Oh, that keeps it square. The wedge. Fold size down, snap to bottom. Oh, that's the lift up. Okay. There must be something important. It's on there. Or not. Nope, that's just an assembly tab. Looks like a mouse trap. It's funny. And then fold end down, snap to sides and bottom. Simple enough. Okay, there it is. It gives you the ability to lift it back out. Alright, I'm going to go up and put that in place. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes.